Would you believe me if I told you a part-time driver is leading the points in the Truck Series? Because I wouldn't. Hello everybody, my name is Brody. No NASCAR Cup Series racing action to break down this weekend, but we do have a NASCAR Truck Series race to dive into, break down, and analyze, and break down the historical significance of what this driver who won the race is actually doing. Not just this race, but the race before that and the race before that. This driver is tearing it up on a part-time schedule, people. He is leading the points with 3 starts compared to drivers who are full-time with 5 starts. It's insane. It's lunacy. We have to discuss this, and I'm so excited to break down this race, and more so the driver who won, because it's crazy. And we need to share and shed the light on why it's significant and what this driver is actually facing this season. Because it's honestly, it's ridiculous that this guy is not full-time. Anyways, let's get into the race review. I'm going to break down the winner, how he won, the significance. We'll get into the actual, dive in, my drivers of the day, and the race results, and then we'll give my final opinions on the race. But the meat of the episode is going to be the winner, so strap in, buckle up, let's dive into this Truck Series race review. Jumping into the race winner, and he needs no introduction with the NASCAR Truck Series, Corey Heim wins it at Rockingham this week in the number 1 Tricon Garage Toyota Tundra. In the 5 truck last week, dominates, wins at Darlington, comes back today, wins at Rockingham, and dominates. I mean, dominates. Look at the stat line, guys. Wins stage 1, wins stage 2, leads 178 laps out of a possible 200, and sets the fastest lap just to rub it into the field. I mean, it's insane. He actually broke a record that not a lot of people would place a lot of significance on because it's kind of like in the more background, but the driver who he beat, who he now leaps over the record for, is Kyle KFB. Kyle Busch, ladies and gentlemen, the most dominant, profound Truck Series racer in history. He just leapfrogged him in a record, and that record was leading 29 races in a row. Have to lead one lap in 29 straight Truck Series races. Kyle Busch has 28. Corey Heim stands alone at 29. What a driver. I mean, he's insane. He has that truck dialed in. It doesn't matter what team, what crew chief, what pit crew, what number on the side of the truck. He is dialed in. Guys, he is part-time, and he's leading the points. Well, he's tied, but he's leading the points technically. Let's look at the stat line. In the Truck Series points, diving in, he's tied with his teammate, the truck he just left, the 11 truck, Caden Honeycutt, his old ride. He is tied in points at 190 points apiece between the 2 trucks. But what is so impressive and so significant is the starts. Caden Honeycutt, along with the other full-time NASCAR Truck Series racers, all have 5 starts. Corey Heim has 3 starts. He has 190 points on 3 starts, 2 less starts, and he has 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 212 laps. Yes, that is the most laps led of any Truck Series driver this season, and he's done it in 3 starts, and he has the most wins with 2. What a statement. Get this guy full time. I don't care if it's in dirt, modified, whatever. Get this man in a ride somewhere. Get him a Riley seat. It doesn't have to be a top tier team. We know what he's capable of. If he runs in the back, mid-20s, whatever. He's getting experience. He's going to get better. At least fill out his schedule. And I know what you're thinking. He is not eligible for the championship at all. He is just not, because NASCAR has this rule in place to favor the full-time drivers, so they do not have any bushwhacking going on. Part-time drivers, part-time Cup Series drivers, or Corey Heim, he is Cup Series caliber, but this is just in place to prevent like a Kyle Busch or a Denny Hamlin or a Kevin Harvick or a Clint Boyer back in the day, the mid-2000s, from coming in, running, 75% of the races, but winning the championship. This just sucks. It sucks. I wonder if Corey Heim, if he could piece together a full-time truck ride and then get a waiver perhaps from NASCAR for the 2 races he missed, and what a story that would be. I mean, he's earned it, but who knows? It's just unfortunate Corey Heim is not full time anywhere. He is Cup Series ready. I don't care if it's with Rick Ware Racing or NY Racing or almost like Gaunt Brothers. Oh my God. He needs to be in the Cup Series or at least O'Reilly Series full time. Can we hook him up with a, I was about to say Joe Gibbs racing car, but Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim got beef apparently. So that's not an option. Maybe Sam Hunt racing car. I don't know. It has to be Toyota affiliated, obviously. Anyways, I'm rambling because I'm passionate about Corey Heim because he's incredible. He's an incredible driver. What a showing, what a performance. Let's get into the actual race finish. So Corey Heim, he wins stage 1, wins stage 2. Coming down to the end of the race, Corey Heim is complaining about a possible issue breaking or in the truck somehow. It is not running as well as he can. He's now mired deep in lap traffic. We're coming to the end, and Caden Honeycutt, his teammate, who is the second best truck all day, props to Caden Honeycutt for actually giving Corey Heim a shout or a fight, because if he didn't, nobody was. So Caden Honeycutt is essentially passing Corey Heim. You can see him here. He's passing Corey Heim, and just in front of him is their teammate, Tricon Garage teammate, Tanner Gray, who he has a fast truck. Unfortunate sequence to where he got put a lap down. So he's a lap down here, and he essentially kind of blocks Caden Honeycutt from advancing or using that momentum off the top lane, blocks him all the way down the front straightaway, and then eventually gets out of the way in turn 3. But by that time, Corey Heim's dove it off into turn 3. The race is over. Caden Honeycutt can do nothing about that. The race is over. At that point, nothing could have changed it. Yes, you can throw shade on Tanner Gray, but he was put in a box, and quite frankly, I don't think he did anything too egregious. I mean, if this was in stage 1 or in stage 2, nobody would really be batting an eye as to what he did wrong. He's just a lap car. He got out of the way in turn 3. Maybe he was a bit too late, yes. He could have possibly, swerved his way all the way down to the bottom of the straightaway to get out of the way of those guys, but who knows if that would have caused an incident. I mean, you got to give some grace to Tanner Gray because he's doing his best. I don't think it's that egregious. And let's be real, guys. Corey Heim should have won this race anyways. Would have been cool to see Caden Honeycutt, steal a win. But other than that, I don't see what the egregiousness that everybody else is saying. So I don't think it's any harm or foul. Caden Honeycutt probably doesn't see it that way. Anyways, that was the finish. Corey Heim jets off, wins the race. What a win. What a statement. I'm going to finish with this for Corey Heim, this segment. Get Corey Heim in more races. We need to see him on the track. Don't care if it's ARCA, Trucks, Xfinity, O'Reilly, or the Cup Series. Get this man in some rides. Anyways, amazing. Congratulations to Corey Heim again on going back to back. It's time for my drivers of the day. We're going to go pretty quick through these drivers of the day just because not a lot happened during this race. Corey Heim led from start to finish, basically. The only real exciting thing was at the very end, the last lap. We did get some decent racing throughout the middle, but anyways, drivers of the day. Stay focused. I know I ramble. First driver of the day has to be Caden Honeycutt. Props to him in that 11 truck. He was really the only other challenger for Corey Heim, especially at the end. Tries to make a pass, almost gets it. Probably should have got it. Nonetheless, comes home with a second place finish. Is leading the points technically in full-time driver category, so he has to walk away with his head held high. Next is Stuart Friesen. Want to give him a quick shout out. He started 19th, pretty deep in the field, makes his way up to 4th in a solid top 5 finish. Was kind of running around top 10, top 5 all day long. So congrats to Stuart. Next is Corey LaJoie. I want to give him a shout out because he gets that Ram truck a top 10 finish. He is now in the 10 truck for the remainder of the race due to Daniel Dye having some off the track incident. I won't get into that too deeply. But congrats to Corey LaJoie, started 23rd, made his way up progressively, a strong showing for the Ram bunch who is still struggling. And finally, want to give a shout out to the actual pole sitter, Jake Garcia in the 98 Thor Sport entry, I thought he did pretty well. He started on pole, fell back quite a bit, but he hung around the top 10 and ends up getting a ninth place finish. So I want to give him a brief shout out because he definitely deserves it. All right, let's get into my what the F driver of the race. Then we'll finish with my race results and my final opinions. All right, the what the F driver of the race is kind of a two-parter. I don't know. They had two trucks in the race. None of them were competitive. It was not good. Spire Motorsports is the what the F team of the race, I suppose, because they had Sammy Smith, who won the Xfinity, now O'Reilly Series race last year at this place at Rockingham, and Carson Hocevar in the 77. Sammy Smith in the 7, Carson Hocevar in the 77. Where do you think they finished? Well, Carson Hocevar, at one point, I forgot he was even in the race. He finishes 34th. DNF. And Sammy Smith finishes, let me scroll back up here because I forgot already. 11th. He was not even a factor the entire day. I don't know what happened, if they missed the setup or what. Sammy Smith, not competitive all day long. Carson Hocevar was outside the top 20 basically the entire race until he left and finished like almost last. DNF. Not good from Spire Motorsports whatsoever. That is kind of shocking to me. I don't know what happened, what setups they missed or what, but it not a great showing, especially with that driver lineup in the trucks. Like, pretty concerning if I'm a Spire Motorsports fan. I hope they can turn it around quickly because that is yeesh. But anyways, that is the what the F drivers team of the race. Alrighty, here's the race results, your top 10. We see Lane Riggs finishing in third place. Solid run all day long. He is now second in the points, or technically third behind Kane Honeycutt and Corey Heim, but he is second in the full-time drivers' points, just behind the 11. Great points day, great showing. Then we have Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, solid finishes, solid results. They muscled this finish. They were pretty much outside the top 10, running around 15th to 10th most of the day. They muscle a top 5 and a 6th place finish. Ty Majeski was strong all day, along with his Thor Sport teammate Jake Garcia and Cole Butcher. Top 10, shout out to him. That is very, very good to see. Outside the top 10 are some drivers who you'd think would have better days. Justin Haley, 12th. Christian Eckes, 13th. Landon Lewis, shout out Landon Lewis in the 14th spot. Very good finish. And then Dawson Sutton, 15th. Tanner Gray, 16th. Gio Ruggiero, 17th. And Ben Rhodes, 18th. All of those guys, besides Landon and I guess Dawson Sutton, were pretty much non-factors all day, and they don't need to be finishing there. That is pretty mid-average finishing results for them. Ty Dillon in the 25 Ram truck. I forgot he was even in the race. He finishes 22nd. Not great. And then the second Stuart Friesen entry in Michael Christopher Jr., who, by the way, very good Truck Series paint scheme. I really like that paint scheme. Finishes 23rd. He ended up spinning out at one point during the race, so I mean, decent recovery for him. And rounding out the field is Chandler Smith, who was the points leader coming into this race. He actually got disqualified for a ride height violation, I believe, not to NASCAR's liking, violating the rules a little bit, stretching that limit of what they could push. They pushed too far. So kind of a great day ruined. He started 33rd, made his way up. He was going to finish inside the top 5. Double top 5s for front row. It is squandered. It's gone. He gets disqualified. Looking at this race from an overall perspective, I was a bit disappointed. I can't lie. I think the trucks are really on edge to where the new repave doesn't favor a lot of passing, especially at the front. Well, Corey Heim is just, he's incredible. Unstoppable, some would say. There was no passing at the front, and passing was very hard all day long. New repave, sketchy trucks is not the greatest combo. There was really one dominant line, kind of the middle lane most of the day. So we didn't see too much crazy action going on. So, could have been better, could have been worse, but I still enjoyed the action at Rockingham. Other than that, the broadcast it's rough. It's rough. I've said it a lot of times, and I haven't talked about it recently just because I don't feel like I need to reiterate it as much. But the finish was pretty exciting. That was the most exciting thing of the race. It's the last lap. And the call we get from the booth was just not it. It's nothing new. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. I don't know what else to say. I bet you guys all feel the same as well. It's just we need more enthusiasm, more oomph, more passion. Let the passion of the moment, of the intensity of the moment flow through your mouth, through the screen to the viewer so we can understand the stakes and the significance of what is happening. We need to feel this. Anyways, that's me ranting. That's me ranting. Okay, overall, I think the race was subpar. It was average. It was okay. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. What a what a win for Corey Heim. What a dominating performance. That's the highlight. That's the true story. All right. That's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know your thoughts of this video down below, of the race overall. What are your thoughts about Corey Heim? Should he get a full-time ride somewhere? Should he try to apply for a waiver? What are your thoughts of his dominance? I want to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, giving this YouTube channel a chance. I really, really do appreciate all your viewership and value your viewership so, so much. Thank you again. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hope to see you in future videos. Please subscribe and like and comment down below if you would like to. It means so much to me. But anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy and have a great, wonderful, and even splendid rest of your day. See ya.